Hey guys, what is up? It is Bibzita7 here again, and welcome to another RuneScape 3 vlog here today. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the Succession quest, my thoughts on it, as well as the other things that were added in today's update. As you can see, I just completed the quest. You get a quest point, combat XP lamp for... it's interesting that they spell all these out. For previous, like older quests, you'll get a combat XP lamp, and it's basically just like a gamble if it'll be able to work on summoning or prayer. This one tells you them all. And then also a prismatic XP lamp, which is 60k XP, which is pretty good for a skill only being level 60. Infernal puzzle box tier 6, and you can also add it to your tool belt and access to this new dive ability. So yeah, quite a few rewards from this quest. I have no idea. I don't care about any of that really. But yeah, so that's the quest complete. Overall, I thought it was a really good quest. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I did do the whole thing without a guide and read all the dialogue and stuff, so I could follow the story. And yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty good. It was quite easy to find the things in those search sections because, of course, they were highlighted a little bit. Fighting the Magister with that Vengeance person was actually a little bit harder than I would have expected. Like if you don't know how to use shield abilities at all, or well, then you're probably gonna lose that fight, I assume. I don't know what would happen if you did though, because you also can't pray in that one. So that was interesting. There's a few not so difficult puzzles in the quest. One thing I probably didn't like the most about the quest was the part where you're going into the mage arena. And you have to like pass Vengeance's little quiz because it was just kind of annoying. If you got it wrong, you'd have to just redo all the dialogue options and answer the same thing the same way. Like you get turned away. They say you're not, you could never be one of us. And then you just talk to them again. They let you just try again, which kind of seemed weird. And also for one of the answers that I got wrong, it seemed a bit contradictory what Vengeance ended up saying to the correct answer. I think it was the second one where they said, if you shoot an arrow, you might miss, or the thing could be encrypted, the little note they're carrying. And then the correct answer was, you have to go get that note. It could be important. Well, what if it's encrypted? I mean, that was your whole half of your point on why one of them was wrong. Whatever. That just kind of rubbed me the wrong way on top of it already being a bit of an annoying, somewhat trial and error based thing there. But regardless, that was just a small thing about it that I didn't like. A couple more Moya combat segments, which were, very easy, but always fun to just destroy some enemies, especially with her powerful abilities. And the long cutscene at the end, I was kind of sad that I wasn't able to turn on my audio for it because usually with cutscenes, and I know this is mostly only when they're doing the little storyboard slideshow cutscenes, they say, do you want to turn your audio on for this? But all they said before this cutscene was, we recommend having your audio on, and then the cutscene just started and I didn't have a chance to turn it on. So that's kind of sucks, but I'll just listen to it on a different account when I do the quest on there. But the cutscene was really good. They actually made a real cutscene in the game, which they haven't done for a long time. There was one or two of the slideshow cutscenes still, but at the end of this quest, they had a quite long, like in-game sort of cutscene. And seeing Adrastea up there doing her singing, and they had a pretty good little singing animation that they went through a few times, but just seeing her character and doing the singing just makes you think about how much better it will be if they ever rework the character models, because obviously they look like absolute garbage. But then, looking at her, looking like a normal looking person, albeit, in the style of RuneScape. So a little bit cartoony in a way, but, not looking like a literal mass of polygons like our character models do. I mean, it'll be such a huge change to the game, honestly, when they do, or if they ever do finally rework those player models. And this kind of just highlighted that for me a lot. The cutscene itself, I mean, I guess it's probably debatable, but for me, I just wish we could have had a cutscene for the death of Jas rather than this thing, which, I mean, again, I guess you can debate which one was more important, but I feel like that just would have been such a more epic thing to actually see happen. However, maybe they wouldn't have been able to make it look as good as you'd hope. So again, it's up for your opinion, but overall, yeah, I like the quest quite a bit. Interested to see where it goes from here. I guess Bill Rock or Bill Ratch or whatever is dead. I guess Moya killed him there at the very end. So we'll have to see what her plans are for all those forces she now has under her command. But overall, yeah, I'm looking forward to how they continue this storyline. And then, oh, okay, well, 1 second. Okay, and then as far as the rewards go, obviously huge reward upgrade here for the Infernal Puzzle Box. If you inspect, the only thing you get, aside from the increase again to the environmental damage reduction and an increase to the wilderness buffs, is now you can add it to your tool belt. So I'm going to do that now. Boom, we have it on our tool belt, and obviously this just basically makes it a passive. And the thing that really makes a big difference for this is, of course, the adrenaline will not drain outside of combat. So finally, that is passive without needing an inventory slot, kind of wasted. However, they also changed the persistent rage relic to do something else, and it actually sounds like it's pretty good for lower to mid-level PVM, which I was surprised about. It actually will now generate you adrenaline outside of combat. So that's actually pretty good if you ask me. For like God Wars 2, you just throw this on and you can have full adrenaline at the start of every kill. Because obviously, you know, basically for any boss that you're not banking in between kills and there's like a little bit of downtime for your adrenaline, will be nice to have this at. Something like Rots would be a lot nicer with this because you'd gain your adrenaline back while running through the tunnel, and then you could just jump right back down and do another kill that way. So I really like that they made this change. I wasn't even expecting them to change persistent rage. I thought they were just going to keep it as two different ways of, you know, being able to do the same thing, but they did update the effect of it, and that sounds much better to me, at least. And again, I'll probably use it for those niche uses. Another change with this update is basically the removal of the requirement for a bladed dive switch, and this is a pretty big change, just because now you can use it even with no weapons equipped. You don't have to have a switch. Actually, you're going to free up 2 slots on my ability bars, which is nice. And I guess if you already have bladed dive unlocked, you're able to use this before completing the quest, but it's meant to be a reward from the quest. So maybe that's a bug, I'm not sure. But I was able to use it. However, it was grayed out on my ability bar, but I was still able to use it. But now it's lit up. And let me just say, when you use this thing at max cast distance, it is probably the goofiest looking thing I've ever seen, because you do a somersault and it just, let me just show you here. It is so funny looking to me at the maximum speed, the maximum distance, because there's no way in hell you're ever going to be able to travel that far doing one flip. It just looks hilarious. And like, I don't want them to change or anything because I actually find it so funny, but it just looks absolutely ridiculous. With that, you know, being what it looks like, and just being the one somersault over such a huge distance. Now, I don't know where this probably, I guess, yeah, here it is. And I guess this will switch back to bladed dive in place on my bar if I do have melee weapons equipped. So let me check that out really quick here. Now, it shouldn't switch back. I guess this will be a good test if I have 2H. Let's see, if I have 2H equipped, it does not switch, okay? Because, oh my god, I didn't know I had the Mall of Omens cosmetic on. That's not what I was expecting to see. But then I put on the dual wield, and there you go. It swaps right in place for bladed dive. And pretty much the only reason you'd want this is because of the ability for bladed dive to deal damage and reset cooldown when killing something. So basically, you'd only want it for the pools at Raksha. So I assume... Do I even have... Okay, I assume it will switch back if I equip these. Okay, it does. Good. So because I have the two-handed melee and the laceration boots on, I can still use the bladed dive. But now laceration boots are completely useless for anything except for Raksha, because there's no reason that you'll ever need to use bladed dive for damage anywhere else that I know of. So that's pretty significant change there. And this dive ability, I think, is probably quite a bit easier to get than bladed dive, making it a bit more accessible. You do have to complete all of those quests, so maybe it is similar in terms of from a fresh account, but I'm not 100% sure. It's just, it'll probably be a lot nicer than grinding Shattered Worlds, which I've never been a big fan of. It also only requires 30 agility, so there's no combat stats required for it. However, they also changed Surge and Escape to only require 30 agility instead of magic. And I think people were saying that, yeah, Escape is missing from the ranged book here. I'm not sure how that happened or what would happen. Like, is it anywhere? Can you even find it? I don't know. So that's kind of a strange bug. Make sure you don't remove escape from your bar until they get it added back. But yeah, that's a good change. I don't know a whole lot of people who do low combat accounts, but if you do, then that's nice for people. One thing people were complaining about on Reddit is that this now makes Surge inaccessible for free-to-play players because they can't get 30 agility, whereas before they could get their magic up and use Surge. So I guess free-to-play players want, I don't know how they're going to ever address that. They could raise the level cap to 30, I guess. But again, I'm not sure if they will do that or if they even care about free-to-play. I see no reason to not do that. However, I don't think they're going to be reverting it to be a magic requirement again, since that's the whole reason they changed it. What else do we have? We have a new Yak track out, and generally I'm fine with Yak tracks. I know some people don't like them, but the rewards in general, in my opinion, are actually pretty good. And I mean, you have almost 2 months to complete it. It is a lot of time needed if you're only doing skill and kill, but if you factor in having the upgrade to, or not the upgrade, whatever you want to call it, if you factor in having the bonus from the prior Yak track, which most people who care about them will have, where you complete half the task of the first several immediately, and also maybe if you sometimes do not skill and kill, you do the main task, it's not that bad as long as you're a super active player. Like if you're someone who plays super casually, then maybe you'll struggle with finishing it. But anyway, the introduction, there's actually a new thing that they added with this, and that's the Yak coins and the Yak track store, which personally I really like because it gives new access to old Yak track cosmetics to people who weren't around when they came out. Let me go to Berthorpe really quick. I guess I can't see them in the currency pouch unless I get one. And let's look at this little dive. Oh, I guess the surge ability animation overrides it if you use them together. But to complete the first task, you can always just come here and talk to this person, I think. And then, is that it? No, you have to ask. What brings you to Berthorpe or something? So yeah, you go through this, and then I want to show you what's in the shop. There you go. Claim the first reward. And is this infinitely repeatable for additional coins at the end? It is. So yeah, I mean, I like that personally. I think that's a good, definitely better than the stupid Yak sacks. I definitely prefer this to that, which they had before. Where are they? Should have gone to my currency pouch. You see, oh, I'm not a Premier member on this account at the moment, so I didn't get it. Okay, well, that's kind of annoying. Well, anyway, basically, there's just a bunch of old Yak Track cosmetics available on there, which is cool. I think that's good, and hopefully they continue making additional ones available, especially the ability overrides, which I know a lot of people will want. Speaking of which, there are 2 new ability overrides available from this Yak Track, and they are both for Quake. That's Ice Quake and Blood Ice Quake. Personally, I think the regular ice looks way better. I don't know what it is, but I just like that better. And that's a cool one. I like that. That's a good idea. Looks good. I am a huge fan of ability overrides in general, and I really hope they continue to add them from Yak Track. I hate the fact that most of these, are on Treasure Hunter. Like all of these are from Treasure Hunter, which in my opinion really, really sucks. But whenever they're from Yak Track, I am a big fan of it. And I'm kind of confused as to where, because I thought, oh no, wait, I don't have any of them on this account because I basically don't play this account except for when I'm randomly doing PVM. I did get 1000% Enraged Zamorak in group at some point recently. I was doing that quite a bit with one of my friends, and yeah, we just duo pushed all the way up to 1K, which was pretty fun, and it was nice to get that title. No luck on any bow pieces though, so that kind of sucked and was depressing on the way there. But yeah, cool new ability override. Big fan of those. Hopefully they continue to add them. Maybe they could have those sometimes as rewards from different content like quests in the future as well. That could be cool. Let's see what else was there that I wanted to cover. I think there was some actual patch notes on here. If I can scroll down. Oh yeah, there's a daily challenge reward box that you get when you log in for the first time. I don't know how long that's going to be available for, but there's like a Death Touch Dart, 2 Dungeoneering token boxes, and like 2 skip tokens in it for challenges. That's because of the outage that they had recently. So that's pretty cool. I'm surprised they did that, honestly. But I'm a big fan of that. So even if you didn't do any daily challenges or weren't planning on getting those rewards, you get them for free from that week. So that's pretty generous in my opinion. And they're also going to be giving everyone 2 days of membership, like a code for 2 days of membership. I haven't really looked into too much how you can get that, but yeah, I mean they've definitely gone, in my opinion, above and beyond on making making up for the outage that, as far as I understand it, wasn't even their fault really. So I'm pretty happy with that whole response that they made to that. Let's see what else. I know I haven't really made a vlog in quite a while, so it's a couple other like small points. Something they recently added to the deep sea fishing merchant is I don't remember what it's called exactly, but it gives you barbarian assault points. So that's a cool new item they added there if you're interested in getting those. Yeah, dang, the last video I made was for Wilderness Flash events back in October. Aside, and then oh no, I did the Garden of Carid or whatever in November as well. Let's see. Was there anything else important in here? I guess not. Oh yeah, they added they did a big like a fairly big retouch up of the deeper wilderness and added quite a bit of snow to it. I'm not sure if that's going to be there forever or if that's just for the winter season. I assume it's forever because it's like North Wilderness. It kind of makes sense for there to be snow here because there's obviously this whole area where Trollheim and all this stuff was, which is fully snowy. And then you looked over here, stupid marker. Then you looked over here and it was just the black ashen wilderness. So now there's quite a large amount of snow around in the wild. One thing I like that they made was a little attention to detail. Wherever there's lava, there tends to be like, snow missing from the outside around the lava, obviously because it would be warmer at those locations. I think that's definitely a small thing, but cool nonetheless. And it's even snowing out here, which you can see. Oops, I just absolutely smacked the mic. Sorry if that made any noise. But yeah, overall, I mean, it looks cool. It's kind of almost hard to remember what it even looked like without the snow just by looking at it. I mean, obviously you could do a comparison, but it almost feels like this was always here, which obviously it wasn't. And also, there's, like look here, this whole fence was updated, looks quite good. Apparently, the fence over here by KBD. Oh God, don't kill me, please. I'm innocent. Don't do it, Hydrix Dragons. Apparently, you can just walk around this. Yeah, little gap in this fence here. You just squeeze on by. That's kind of funny. It doesn't really make a big difference at all. Just a little accident there that wasn't covered. But come on, Hydrix Drag. Oh, bro, what the heck? But like over here, I think like this like corner was already snowy but over there wasn't. I don't even know where exactly the snow started, so it's kind of confusing for me. But overall, yeah, I think it looks good and it makes sense for there to be snow out here. And I'm a pretty big fan of it. So yeah, nice looking area. This thing is weird. It looks like a freaking puzzle from The Witness, dog. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? Anyone play that game? Also retouched was the Mage Training Arena up here, which looks quite good as well. I'm a pretty big fan of it. Cool little floating rocks around here. This staircase also I don't think was here. I'm pretty sure it was only this front entrance staircase that was available before, but now there's two, although only this one still leads up to the top, but overall looks good. So yeah, quite a nice job. Well done. I think this was by Mod Blackwitch again, who's been doing a lot of graphical rework. God, I keep smacking the mic, dog. What is wrong with me? But she's done a lot of graphical rework stuff over the past couple of months. So I think, doing a really good job with it. And I'm looking forward to see what they take on next. Other than that, let's see. Was there anything else in this week? I don't think so. They did a bunch of small changes to like quest list and stuff like that, which is not super important, but might be interesting for people who are not done with quests. And yeah, that's it. But overall, I think really good game update. This is, of course, going to be the last big game update for the year. We got the. It seems like we tend to be getting the big monthly updates at the beginning of the month, which is fine by me. I mean, it's whatever way they really want to do it. But looking forward definitely to getting more information on what's coming early next year at some point. I don't know if we do have any. I know the death cost rework is coming, I think by or before March, I believe is what they said. I'm not 100% sure on that. But that's going to be huge, which is going to let you store more than max cash in your money pouch and trade it on the Grand Exchange. Really looking forward to seeing that and what that does to the economy in general. Oh, I like these little snow caps on the obelisk. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's hopefully coming soon. Obviously, there's a new skill coming next year, but I have my doubts that that's going to be, before like August or September. Ooh, dog, you got to pray mage on that volcano shot, bro. What are you doing? But yeah, I feel like that's probably going to be much later in the year. Oh, and look, you can see this guy's actually using persistent rage here at Castle Elemental. He's gaining adrenaline. So yeah, right there, case in point, good use for it. A boss where you have to wait a little bit for the spawn, get that full adrenaline. You can use your ult or just, obviously it is Castle Elemental, so it looks like you can just dump thrashes and kill it quite fast, but cool little demonstration of it right there. As far as they're doing another stupid present event for the Christmas event that's coming up in the next week or two, I think. So yeah, the presents from the sledge, they're doing that again. Oh yeah, I forgot about this, bro. Oh my god. They're adding a new freaking die into the game and they're putting it in these stupid presents for the presents from the sledge. They literally go on and on whenever people ask about dies about how difficult it is to make dies and how they just can't because there's too many items that need to make dies, no process of adding them and blah blah blah. And they do this for this stupid MTX event. They're adding a new die. It kind of looks like a darker blue version of an ice die a little bit. And it looks good, but I don't really care about it that much because I'm not going to be going for it or probably getting it ever. Since it's from these stupid MTX little boxes. So absolutely stupid that they're doing this. And I really hope that they add it to clue scrolls at some point in the future afterwards, since, that's where dies come from, every other die at least. And yeah, I really hope they change. They haven't said, they said that there's no plans to do that currently, which is just disgusting in my opinion. So absolutely stupid and horrible. And, yeah, what more can you say? Hate it, hate it, hate it. There's also going to be from this event the naughty title, so be on the lookout for some weird ass e-dating going on with that title being available. Not quite a fan of that just existing to begin with. Yeah, it's basically the same as all the other events like this. You got the white, blue, purple, gold tiers of presents, gold guarantees the big prize. So yeah, and you got to collect the paper and hand it in. They're also coming out with green Santa everything, like outfit, except no hat. They're not bringing that back, but that I think is from MTX as well, so not that interesting. I had forgotten about that stupid freaking thing with the die, so that kind of just spoiled my mood after doing the nice quest. One other thing, they've actually given 250 more bank spaces available for purchase off the store. And they've done a lot in the recent past of making ability bars and preset. Did they do presets? I don't remember. But they made like the wealth evaluator, different things free, but they still haven't done that with bank space. And I have my doubts that they're going to do that ever, especially now that they've released this additional bank space package with with additional bank space that you can get. But 250 more bank spaces now available for those of you who like to hoard things. I'm definitely one of them on my Iron Man accounts. This account, I am pretty close to the limit, but I mean, just look at this tab. Absolute disaster scene that I could clean out if I cared or needed bank space ever. And then, drops and all. The other tabs aren't that bad, but that one. I got the Stroop Waffles tab. You got to have that. I mean, come on. How can you not? So yeah, that's pretty cool. If you needed bank space, that's available. Again, debatable whether you think it's worth it or not to buy stuff, or whether it's a scam or not, or whatever. Let's see what else. There's the patch notes for that week. Don't look like there's all that much. And then I think there was one more, I think, after the garden. Yes, I think this was just double XP. There wasn't really an update this week at all, I don't think. They updated a few more bosses to only drop seeds. They removed the limit on getting Crux Equal favor. But yeah, other than that, not really an important update week. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Overall, like I said, this week, quite a good update. Big fan of the quest and definitely looking forward to where the storyline goes from here. Never heard the word Basilissa before. Apparently, it's derived from ancient Greek and is basically the feminine form of the Greek title Basileus, king or emperor, according to Wikipedia. So that's kind of random that they're using that as the title for the ruler in Falador. But, that's just a little tidbit I thought I'd mention. Since that word seemed so weird to me, I figured I'd look it up to see if they made it up or if it's an actual word. Funny little joke here. I have a comp cape in my bank, and let me tell you what, I don't think I've ever been further from being comped in my entire life, because I have done so many things. Got this so long ago and just haven't kept up with it. Kind of funny. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video off here. Sorry it was out a little bit late today. I did have my first day on my new job today, so, I got to be focused on that and working, so I wasn't able to do this till after work and do the quest. Had to took me a little bit of time. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. How did you like the quest? Are you a huge fan of the Infernal Puzzle Box becoming passively available? I know I am for sure. And looking forward to some details on future updates soon. I'll, of course, make videos whenever the info does come out. And I'm going to keep working on the backup hardcore videos so I can catch that count up to the current progress. See you guys in the next video, and peace out.